Welcome to Crypto Finder. Today I'm going to show you how to get started buying Bitcoin in Australia with Australian dollars. The first thing to do is go down into the description of this video and open up the How to Buy Bitcoin in Australia guide by Finder. On this page you'll find several different exchanges from which you can buy Bitcoin using Australian dollars. Now, if you want to go through and compare some of those and find which exchange is best for you, I highly recommend you do, and you can load more exchanges down here. I think there's something like over 40 exchanges. Now, the rest of the page has more information on Bitcoin, things like setting up a hardware wallet once you've purchased your first Bitcoin, things you can do with it, all that sort of stuff. But to make life easy for you, we're just going to get started, and today we're going to use the Coinspot exchange. The reason we're using Coinspot is it also offers, over 100 different cryptocurrencies. So it's a good one to get started with because after you've purchased Bitcoin, you can then move on and purchase some other cryptocurrencies if you're interested. So the first thing to do is sign up for a Coinspot account. Now, when you do this, you'll have to go through a process called KYC. KYC is Know Your Customer, and it's where you have to prove your identity to the exchange before they're allowed to actually sell you any cryptocurrency or let you trade. But once you've done that and you've signed up and passed your KYC, it may take a few days, you'll be greeted with a dashboard like this. This is the landing page of Coinspot. Now, if you scroll down, you'll see that there's quite a bit going on. It's got your wallet on the left, which shows the different cryptocurrencies that you own. It's got recent movers, which is just different coins that are trending on the exchange. Popular today, again, more coins that are trending, new coins that have been added, and the day's movers. But what we want to do to purchase Bitcoin for the first time is we've got two options. We can either go to buy and sell, which will just give us a set rate, a set cost for Bitcoin, and we just purchase it really straight and easy, like walking into a store and purchasing a carton of milk for the price that's set by the storekeeper. Or we can go to markets, which is where we actually set our own price. We put out a bid to the market and we see whether or not they take that bid. That's a bit more like traditional trading, where you'd be trading stocks or Forex and you're setting prices, you're bartering. But to get you started, we're going to do both of these, but we'll start with buy and sell because it's by far the easiest and most simple way. And sometimes the rates on this method actually aren't bad at all. So let's go over to buy BTC, and we can see here that the rate that they're offering is 14,250. So what it then asks is basically how much Australian dollars do you want to spend? And it will show you how much Bitcoin you get in return. So let's say that I'm getting started and I want to purchase $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. It will use this price up here to calculate how much Bitcoin that will then get us for that amount of Australian dollars. So as we can see, Bitcoin's quite expensive at the moment. So $1,000 will get us 0.07 of a Bitcoin. For example, let's up that to 5,000 and should get us around a third of a Bitcoin. There you go, 0.35. So if you want to find out how that price is calculated, you can just click on that underneath. But for now, let's move on to markets. And this is where we can set our own price for Bitcoin by bidding. So if we go over to markets, it gives us all the different markets that are available in terms of altcoins. But we want to go to Bitcoin at the top, view BTC market. And if you give it a moment, up here we'll load a graph which shows you the historical price. So this is showing us the price for each day, and it goes back, this is hourly. So it shows you the price as it varies each hour over the past few days. So if you go back, these are called candlesticks, and each candlestick represents the change of price over the course of an hour. So we can see that when this one started, it was about 14,228, and by the end of the hour, it was 14,048. So a red candlestick means that the price dropped in that hour, whereas a green candlestick signifies that it rose. And this can give you a good idea of how prices changed over time, and that might give you an idea of where you want to set your buy-in price. So let's have a quick look at the chart. So down here it says that Bitcoin, as recently as just 3 days ago, was as low as, what, 13,868. But at the moment, it's going for about 14,215. Well, let's say that we want to play the market a bit and we think it might drop. So let's say we go for a price of 14,000. We think that Bitcoin is going to get back down to 14,000, and that's all that we want to pay for our Bitcoin. So what we then do is go over to here on the left-hand side where it's buy BTC. As you can see, selling is on the right-hand side, but we'll get to that later. And so when the price per Bitcoin is, and we want to go 14,000, and that's our buying price. That's the price that we're willing to pay for Bitcoin. But we're not going to purchase a whole Bitcoin, of course. So now we put in how much Bitcoin we'd like to buy. So we can do this either as a fraction of Bitcoin, or we can do it as an amount of Australian dollars, like we saw before. But this time we're going to do it as a fraction of Bitcoin. So let's say I want to buy a tenth of a Bitcoin. So that'd be 0.10. And if I put that in, it'll then show me how much that will cost me in Australian dollars down here. So that's called the running total. And that would, of course, 1/10 of 14,000, that's 1,400. So if I wanted to pay for that and then go buy BTC, I can review my order. It shows me the amount of Bitcoin, what the fees are in Australian dollars, the price per Bitcoin that we're paying. But remember, we're not buying a whole Bitcoin. That's just the price we'd be willing to pay. And then it calculates our price of what we're actually getting for that amount up there, and that's 1,400 Australian dollars. And then you just go over to confirm buy. Now, if we wanted to do this differently, and we knew the amount of Australian dollars that we were willing to spend, we also know what price we're willing to pay for Bitcoin, but we're not sure what this adds up to in total. This will calculate it for us. So let's say I've got, let's use a bit of a different number to get a less easy to calculate result. Let's go 1,245. That's how much money I have. Strange amount, but that's what I've got. So we've put in 1,245 and we're willing to pay 1,400 per Bitcoin. Now to see how much Bitcoin we actually get for that, we've got to go over to buy BTC. And on this screen, it will show us the amount of Bitcoin that we can buy at the top. So this is after it's calculated and shows us that for $1,245 at a price of $1,400 per Bitcoin, we would receive 0.8892 of a Bitcoin. And that's our total price there. And again, it breaks down the fees. So if you are happy with that, you go to confirm buy. So that's really it. It's quite simple. And again, there's two ways. You can just do the easy buy and sell way to get offered a price for Bitcoin, and then you just put in how much in Australian dollars you're willing to spend to purchase it for that price. Or if you're a bit more patient, or that you think you want to time your entry to the market, then you just go over to markets, you go down to buy BTC, you set the price that you're willing to pay per Bitcoin. Let's say we think it's going to go back to 12,000 Australian dollars. You put that in there, and then you put the amount of Bitcoin that you'd like to buy, a fraction of Bitcoin, or the amount of Australian dollars you're willing to spend at that rate. And that's as simple as it goes. On this side, you've got open buy orders. That's basically what people are offering. That's people that are bidding, and that shows you the other bids that are in the market, gives you an idea. And this is the open sell orders. That shows you what people are willing to sell their Bitcoin for. So someone here is selling, a bit over half a Bitcoin, and they're looking for a rate of $14,317. And then just shows you what the total for that order is. So that's called the order book. And these show recently completed orders, again, so you can get a feel for the market. And yeah, that's basically it. So if you found this video helpful, please let us know in the comments, or just by simply giving the video a like. If you could please subscribe as well, that helps us know what sort of content you like, and what we should keep making for the channel. If there's anything that you wish we did differently in this video, or something that we could have done better, please let us know in the comments below. And if you need any more advice, comparisons, you want to get some more news about cryptocurrency, then just head over to finder.com.au/cryptocurrency and you can get started there.